What's up guys, Jake Bully with Rehband.com. Today we're going to be doing a comparison video of knee sleeves and we're looking at the Rehband versus the Emerge. So both of these sleeves are made of 7mm neoprene and they're very similar in design. If you put them together you can actually see that there's very little overlap between the actual contour fits. The only difference is that Rehband actually has a patented design on their way of stitching. So you can see that the front stitching is a little bit different in the Rehband. So we're excited to see how they're going to actually compare. When it comes to comfort and fit, these knee sleeves are very similar. As you can see, when they hug the knee, they actually look similar on the leg itself. The only difference, like mentioned earlier, is the actual stitching. I don't find that to affect the way they flex very much, so they're both pretty comfortable. The neoprene in the Rehband is a little bit more stiff, which makes it a little bit more of a snug and more comfortable fit. So if you're looking for a little bit more stable sleeve in the terms of what this design has to offer, then Rehband may be your best bet for the fit. So with stability with these two sleeves, they're very similar. They're both 7mm neoprene, very similar design, but if you look a little bit closer, you can see that the neoprene in the Rehband is a little bit stiffer. This is more of a seems to be a little bit more of a flexible neoprene. Also, if you peel it up and see the stitching on the inside, you can see that the stitching is actually a little bit tighter on the Rehband, which makes it a little bit more stiff and rigid around the joint. So in terms of rigidity and stability, Rehband again is going to be your best bet. When it comes to material between these two knee sleeves, they're both 7mm neoprene. They're both very similar in make, very similar in feeling. And in terms of which material is better between sleeves, I would have to say that it's pretty evenly matched in the neoprene. So when it comes to price on these sleeves, it's pretty noticeably different. Emerge is sold $35 per pair, so you're getting two sleeves with that $35. Rehband is sold for $40 per individual sleeve, so you're looking at about $80 for a set. In terms of price, Emerge is definitely the winner. So in terms of durability, it's a pretty even match. But when you look closely at each sleeve, as we mentioned earlier in the neoprene section, the material section, the neoprene is a little bit more stiff in the Rehband. Also, we also mentioned that the stitching is a little bit tighter. So this stiffness and this rigidity, I think, will make this sleeve last longer. So in terms of durability, I would have to say Rehband is going to be your best bet. In terms of knee warmth, they're very similar, but the Emerge is a little bit more breathable. The neoprene is a little bit less stiff. And the Rehband with the more rigid neoprene is going to keep the joint a little bit warmer. So when choosing a winner between these two sleeves, very similar in design. The neoprenes are a little bit similar, but we thought the neoprene in the Rehband sleeve was a little bit more stiff, was a little bit more rigid, and we thought it may be a little bit more durable in the long run. When it comes to price, one Rehband sleeve is a little bit more expensive than a pair of Emerge sleeves, so take that into consideration. Also, if you compete in the IWF or IPF, the Rehband sleeve is approved, so that could go into your decision when choosing a sleeve. In terms of a winner between the two, we thought Rehband edged out Emerge in terms of durability and material, but you got to factor in that they are going to be twice as much for a pair as compared to an Emerge pair. To check out the full review of the comparison between the Emerge and Rehband sleeves, visit us at Rehband.com or click on the link below.